the whole ITK journalist thing now. I don't even know if I want to call them a journalist. I think there are probably journalists out there who would not be happy with me calling them journalists.
Scoff at the
you know, the
Well,
label.
I think some of them are journalists. So I think you got people like, I mainly know Liverpool ones, like Paul Joyce, who is a journalist, etc. But the main one who we're going to refer to is Fabrizio. Fab, who's not that he's come out of nowhere, but over the last, say, 4 or 5 years, he's appeared to be the go-to guy for everybody's transfer news.
Yeah, and I think it talks to some of the stuff we've talked about before, right? Where now we live in an age where it's all about, they've made the transfer window, the transfer process, a drama of its own. Obviously, Sky, they've made transfer deadline day a whole flipping soap opera. So now, actually, being the person that comes out, I don't know if speed matters anymore, actually, because everyone throws everything out there. But being the person who can be relied on with some credible information of what's happening, to the point where people will say to you, listen, until Fabrizio said, here we go, I don't believe it. You know, people used to say, until I see the yellow bar.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Now it's, here we go. I mean, what could be negative about what they're doing, Isaac? Like, where is the damage? Where is the downside to this, right? Because Twitter and all these things, they're instant. We'd have to wait for the paper. The traditional journalists, they have to go through certain checks and balances before they can write stuff. And even now it's online. If I'm at The Guardian and I need to write an article about a transfer, it has to go through some checks and balances. Fabrizio can just tweet and it's there.
I think there's a need. It all comes down, for me, it all comes down to instant gratification.
Yeah.
Right? And I feel like there's a need to just be right.
Yeah.
And what you've got is this whole industry of ITKs, everyone just throwing out rumors and things that they know or heard or source. They can't, uncredible sources. And it's an element of just throw something at the wall until it sticks. Right? And if you do that a number of times, all of a sudden you become a trusted source. Right? Yeah. And it's that gratification that comes with it. Oh, I'm the guy. I'm the guy to go to, because essentially that's how Fab Roma's built his reputation, right?
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not comparing him to an ITK of just throw it against the wall. But he's built up a network of sources and credible contacts. He was putting stuff out there, and then over time, and it was sticking, and everyone's gone, oh, this guy's the guy to go to.
About.
Well, he must know. He must know.
Yeah.
And then, fortunately for him, he's obviously got the catchphrase. Here we go.
Yeah.
He's branded himself.
Yeah.
And he's become the credible guy.
It's just cool on, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like everyone's just trying to catch that same fire. They're trying to catch that same whirlwind of like, okay, just follow his blueprint, put stuff out there, become a reliable source. Everyone's going to keep coming to me. I'm going to hopefully catch the same buzz and, become a trusted source. It's just, for me, it's all about instant gratification. People they don't want to be right anymore. They don't want to be quit first. I mean, not that they don't want to be right. They don't want to be first anymore, because there was a point where it was about who was first.
Yep.
You don't want to be first anymore. They just want to be right.
Yeah.
And they want that little buzz that comes with it. That's what it feels like to me.
I think the other thing as well is when you get someone like Fab who's gained some credibility, then now it's advantageous to you if you're in the ecosystem for him to put certain news out for you. Right?
Yeah.
It will surprise me if, some of his stuff's coming from agents, some of his stuff's coming from people within the club, anonymous sources, because it serves, if you're putting out news out there that this club is interested, and it's not a lie, but that becoming public information when it ordinarily wouldn't be can give you an advantage. So I would love to know, now that he's seen as a trusted source and people take what he says a little bit more, probably a level, credibility-wise, probably a level below, certain certified journalists. Well, actually, to some people, they probably don't even care for journalists. They don't like your mainstream journalists who are now on Twitter.
Yeah.
Then he's a tool that you can use. He's a tool in your armory to get certain news and stuff out there. It's interesting. I saw a video the other day where somehow he's bucked up on someone on the phone who was basically saying he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, I saw
he
that.
just throws stuff around, blah, blah, blah. And I think Fab's DM'd him and said, No, listen, this is my job. Like, I work 20 hours a day. This is not some joke thing. I'm on the phone all the time. Like, this is my livelihood. This is what I do. And like, you dare the guy to call him. I think the guy thought it was bad. Fab is laid.
Yeah, they had a phone conversation. And Fab was like, "You've been saying X, Y, Z." And the guy was like, "Well, no. I'm just trying to say X." Yeah, like the moonwalking was swift.
Crazy.
And it's like he put out, so he recorded the call. So Fab didn't put it out. He recorded the call as if to say, "Oh yeah, I've kind of drawn out Fab." But it's like,
it backfired on him.
Yeah, it's like, no, you said Fab is kind of not a reliable source, etc. But he come out and said, "Well, no, this is what I do. I've got the credibility in the bank."
And Fab was like, "You're sitting there in your bedroom writing rubbish about me. Wow. I work hard for this." You could hear the anguish in his voice. Like, mate, I've worked to, this is it now these days, right? You work to build your account. You work. That is the tangible output of all the hours and all the people. Yeah. And then some guy's just going to be tapping their way just to get some clout. The fact that he recorded it and then he put it out there tells you everything you need to know about that individual. Right?
So I kind of got 2 points on this. I think one, he's become a little bit of a victim of his own success. Because
in what sense?
Just in terms of, because he's been right so many times. If he makes a mistake, it's like, oh, well, you don't know everything. Oh, you know how like kind of online people
that typical build you up to break it.
And it's kind of a bit like Guillem Balagué, like when he was kind of the Spanish correspondent for Sky, etc.
Who?
Have I got the name wrong?
One more time.
Guillem Balagué? Have I got it wrong? What? You know who I'm talking about anyway.
I'm not going to lie to you, I didn't at first. That's why I looked at you.
Okay, what? Come on. Give me the pronunciation. Come on, give me the pronunciation. I don't want to hear laughter. I want correction. Come on,
bruv,
step up to the plate. Step up. Okay, if you're not going to step up to the plate, I don't want to hear
it. No. Just because I don't know how to do it doesn't mean I can't tell if you did it wrong. All right?
Because I was like, who? And then it's only when he said, when we both looked at it, I was like, oh, I know you're talking about.
You knew who I was talking about.
I know you're talking about. All right.
Yeah, so he kind of was the go-to guy, and then he just kind of disappeared, didn't it? It might be because he didn't keep up with like the Twitter.
No, but you know why? I think he... GB. Yeah. He tried to branch out, right? So instead of being just transfer ITK, he wanted to become like this Spanish football expert. You know, he knows the inner workings of the clubs. He knows he knows the people, all of that kind of stuff. And I just feel like he probably did that in a way that doesn't necessarily fit the structure now. I mean, he would say he's fine and he's still getting work on TV and stuff.
I think he did what he was doing was a good thing, but I think the timing of it is what went against him, because he did it just as Twitter became the source.
Yeah, and the ITKs.
The ITK started it blowing up. So, and he didn't go in the midst of trying to become this front-facing football expert.
Yeah,
he took his eye off of
what was going on.
What was going on over here.
And then when he started,
and that allowed for Fab
to sneak it. Yeah, and when he started doing the whole, the Premier League should give you up money, everyone looked at him like, all right. Cheers, fella.
Yeah. So I think because Fab has done so well, I think people kind of plotting on his downfall. And then the second point is because I think people have seen the traction that he'd gained for what he does.
Yeah.
You're just getting random football accounts now, just posting generic news, whether it's right or wrong, just for retweets and engagement and likes. And then that's being shared among like the football community. So I'm in quite a few football groups, and every day I'm getting this is happening, this transfer is happening. And I'm like, wait till they're holding the shirt. Like, well, that's the point I'm at now. It's like so frustrating.
I'm even one step away from that. I'm like, who is that source? Like, I don't even mind it they're not holding the shirt yet, but who are you? You're just tweeting it because it suits your agenda or whatever. Even sometimes when it's stuff that would be good for Arsenal, I'm like, bro, who is that? Yeah. I've never heard of totalsports.com. Like, who is that? What is this? Come on, man. And I find that people, they just forward stuff blindly, mindlessly. They don't check anything.
Or they see they've got a lot of followers.
Yeah. Or a lot of retweets or whatever. I think the other interesting thing is how some people have narrowed it down. So if you look at David Ornstein, he's a trusted source for Arsenal news.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as an Arsenal fan, to be honest, now even more so than Fab, if I want to know something else about Arsenal player, I just wait for Ornstein.
Yeah.
Once he tweets it, or if I know someone that's got a direct line in.
Echo for Liverpool.
Yeah, Joyce.
That's it.
Yeah, Joyce.
Sorry.
Yeah. Unless we know people that know people directly, fine. Take that. But if it's just out in the ether, bro, you just wait for Ornstein. But again, it's got to that point where you got someone you go through for Liverpool news. There's probably someone that Man United fans will go to, etc. So I think that's the other dimension where it's gone, where you can kind of build that. And with the growth of things like The Athletic, what Ornstein has done very well is, yes, you'll get the ITK stuff from me on Twitter, but you'll get my proper journalistic output
analysis,
on The Athletic and on the podcast, etc. So I think he's got a good balance.
This isn't a plug, by the way, but if you want to sponsor us, Athletic.
Come through in it. Quick acquisition in that.
Can I just jump in? If you don't know, ITK stands for In the Know.
Yes.
Just for those who don't know.
My mum would say it stands for something else, but I'll tell you that after. So I don't think they're negative as such. I think they create lots of wannabes, like you said. And to be honest, with the whole Twitter and football thing, there's much worse things that we need to figure out before ITKs, right?
Yeah.
All the idiots that just are doing mad stuff just for attention and clicks, the caricatures, all the people that just say whatever they want to say. But I do think that we need to get weaned off this transfer saga drug thing somehow, man. Like, we just need to just go back. I remember a time where you might hear about the biggest players, but you just go with it and then, the deal's done. The thing is turned up.
It's like everyone wants to know what's happening, and if nothing's happening, it's like, why are the owners not doing this? What's going on? Rare. And it's like, in one aspect, it's good that we can kind of have so much access to like our football clubs that we support, etc. But on the negative side, it's again a word we've used many times: the entitlement of football fans in it.
It's toxic.
They feel that they should be involved in everything that's going on and know everything that's going on every single minute of every day.
Yes.
And
someone said to me the other day, what? Why is it taking so long for them to like turn around another bid for Declan Rice? I said, how many £100 million deals have you done? How quick should it be? I don't understand.
Well, do you think my man just literally gone, all right, they declined it. All right, let me just
football manager, innit?
Yeah. He just went on the team chat. I said, lads, I need another 20 million. Right. And that's the other thing. People always seem to think they have the full picture. So, when they rejected the first and second Declan Rice bids from Arsenal, for example, we don't know exactly what they rejected. Was it the amount? Was it the structure of the payments? Was it both? Who knows? Was it the bonuses you wanted to add on? Or is it the timing of those bonuses? How you spread them out? Maybe you want a bit more money for when you win the for Premier League and FA Cup. And we'll take less for the Champions League because those two are more likely. You just don't know. So when I now need to go back and say, hey guys, I need another 10 million on the transfer fee, and they want to do this and do that, you got to strategize, you got to move your teams. Man, that's to finish work, go home, go to the gym, have dinner, and then go to work the next day. So it just, sometimes when people talk in and they just forget this stuff,
there's a lack of critical thinking.
Yeah, bruv. That's the real pandemic, The lack of critical thinking is the real pandemic.
They just see it in black and white, innit? They see Team X rejected Y million from Team B.
No, but go back to your entitlement point. Why isn't someone do something about this? Now, because I want to update now. Go sign Declan now. Do the press conference at 11 p.m. Now. I want to sit on Sky. Now.
Yeah.
But
the thing is, like, you sign Declan, then the next day they're like, who's next? Like, it's never ending, innit? It's like,
bro, forget the players already there as well. Forget them. We just keep adding players. Adding players.
Because I'm seeing it from like a Liverpool standpoint. It's like, they haven't done anything. I was like, mate, we signed McAllister like 2 weeks ago. Like, things are in the works, innit? Like,
and again, context. You've done another Liverpool type deal where a player that everyone thought was going to cost you 80 million, whatever, blah, blah, blah. He's rocked up for 35 or 40 million plus bonuses. Bruv, as a Liverpool fan, bruv, chill. That was done so early. Relax. Let them get it right. I'd rather that, personally, than maybe what Man United fans have suffered for the last few years, overpaying, blah blah blah. But like you said, I think that's what I mean. It's just a bit of a drug. Everyone's hooked in. It's this, it's that. Relax. Just relax.